your art, your creative voice as a painter, been a stress reliever for you? Explain how that works with
Oh yeah, that's the reason why I paint.
you. Is it like you're getting out your?
Yeah, because like when I first started, the reason why I started painting is to like make myself feel better, get out of that dark place that I was in. So it's just like when you hit below zero, you gotta find a way to pull yourself out, which is like transferring your energy to the positive or what you see and want as happiness. You know what I mean? To you. So I know.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Michael Jamel, jazz saxophonist / producer, and I want to welcome you to another episode of the Hot Tea and Incense podcast. Yes, sir, and I'm joined by none other than the painting extraordinaire with his own style and design. Been doing it for I don't know how many years you been painting now. Too many to count.
It's about like 9 years. It's about to be almost 10 years next year.
The OG, triple OG.
Yes, sir.
Parrish Majestic, y'all. Parrish Majestic.
Thank you, man. I'm glad to be here, man.
How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, man.
Let me get some of this honey.
Feeling fantastic.
That's what I'm talking about. When did we meet? 'Cause I'm trying to figure out, was it at the Cypher?
I think it was at Cypher Tuesdays, if I'm not mistaken. It had to be.
The OG
It had
days.
to be at Cypher Tuesdays, yeah.
Was that the one on Princess Anne?
Yeah, at 801
Wow.
East Princess. Right.
It's crazy to see the growth, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was just telling Q5 that the growth, man, is a dope thing to see everybody still on the wave.
Absolutely.
Because it's a path for entrepreneurship that people that's like, not on it just don't know. It's like
That's true.
the road less
It's
traveled.
A learning experience is, just keep on going, keep on pushing, man. Every experience is another opportunity to learn.
Facts.
And so when we met, that was when Cypher Tuesday started 2015. So I would say, that we had is that year that we met. And then
Shag Fest. I'm seeing you at Shag. You was painting there, right?
Yep. That's funny that you mentioned that because the dude, I actually went to, my girl she had a real estate holiday party, and one of the agents there is, he worked for the radio at that time, and that's how we got that gig. So he was like, yo, I remember you. And I was like, where do I know this guy from? He was like, we hired y'all for the Shag Fest to do the live art. And I was like, wow, what a coincidence. So this is like kind of filled in the gap for that. So I kind of know who was the person at that time. So that was pretty interesting that you bring that up at that time.
Hey, I really do think it'd be kind of like stuff that's in the universe too. They kind of just come back around because you'd be like, is this a coincidence?
Right.
I don't believe in coincidence.
Right. Like when I saw you at the Black Brand, I was like, I already know you getting busy right now, boy.
Yeah, and then seen you at Black Brand too. Yeah. Word. So before I forget, we want to read the T captions first.
Oh.
So we're gonna start it off right. Mine says, "Your greatest strength is love," and Virginia is for lovers. If you didn't know.
Ooh. Mine says, I feel like I gotta say this in the freaking This is one of those lines from like Lion King. Know that you are a child of the universe.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow.
That's it. I feel like Mufasa
just like that commercial with no words. It's just like,
I take heed.
Know that you are a child of the universe. I guess that's all you got to know.
Absolutely.
If you know what I mean. Because I equate the universe to God.
Absolutely.
Because God is everywhere. So if you know that, God created you, you're going to be all right. Because he ain't going to let his son, you know what I mean, just go out like that.
Yes.
Facts. Got to remind yourself. So, starting off, man, you know we want to go straight to the origins.
Oh, yeah.
To the beginning, to the source.
Yeah, to the source.
How'd you get into painting, man? I seen that picture what is it? The 10-year challenge.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
who is
yeah.
this?
Oh, yeah,
With the
yeah,
shortcut.
yeah.
I just
Yeah.
never seen you without the dreads. So
Yeah,
was that
man.
before painting or were you painting then too?
That was right. Cause yeah, it was right before. It was the year before I started painting. That was 2011. So yeah, 2012 is when I really like. All right, I think this is what I want to do, and yeah. So pretty
What were
much.
you doing at that time?
Oh, at that time, what did I like at that time?
No, like as far as work.
Oh yeah, what was I working? I was a chef. So before I was
a
painting,
chef.
I was doing culinary arts. So I went to culinary school. I went to 2 different culinary schools.
Really?
Yeah, man. And yeah. So I was like, fiddling with that, trying to see.
How are those similar to you? Cooking and painting?
Yeah. Yes. Depending on the area that you're in.
Do you still cook?
Yeah, I cook for my girl all the time.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay.
I cook. I be getting down. If any opportunity comes, I'm down. There's no lack in that. But cooking, it's one of those things that's like all my family did. I learned over the years because my mom, my grandma, they had on my mom's side, they owned a soul food restaurant in New York, in Queens, and it was called Thirst Quenchers, and it was next level with it too. So this is 2000. I was in middle school. This is like 2002. It's called Thirst Quenchers Cyber Cafe. They had computers there. You could rent out. You could come in, log in the computer like you go into the library, right, and do your business. But then you could order food and drinks and all of that. And then they had a liquor license too. So
let me think. They must have been ahead of their time.
Yo, it was next level. Now that I think about it, because I'm just like, yo, this is 02.
Wow.
And me and my lawyers, it was right down the block from our middle school too. So we would leave middle school, stop by the cafe, and then play. We used to play games on the
Street Fighter or something.
We used to play House of the Dead 2. House of the Dead 2 on the computer, getting it in. And I'm like, this is 02. I'm just like, yo, there. And people would be coming in there and renting out the computers and doing their business back then. I was like, yo.
So I want to touch on that because that's sparking my mind on something. But yeah, I guess I'll touch on that and then I'm gonna jump off of it. Yeah. So does it seem to you like when you were ahead of your time, at that time people won't appreciate it?
Oh yeah,
so it's like they be like,
yeah.
What are all these computers in here for? And then, years down the line, everybody's like, you ain't got a computer? But what happens is the person that does it has to be so strong in their belief that, like Noah's Ark. It's like, it's going to rain.
Right.
So if y'all either gonna get on this boat or drown.
And it's a lot of foresight for you to be dealing with technology like that back then too, and implementing like new age ideas. Another thing too, it's a little bit off topic, but you just struck a chord with like the technologies. My grandma had another thing too back then. This is when I was in elementary, like 4th and 5th grade. There was a thing called web TV. I don't know if you ever heard of that. But this is like when AOL was like on like probably like 3, 2, 3, maybe 4.0. Well, no, it was like 4 and 5.0 around that time. But it was called web TV. And what it is you hooked it up to your cable box and you could have the internet on your TV. And you could like
a smart TV,
but it wasn't like it was kind of like how blockchain was a few years ago when nobody really knew about it, but you knew it was a thing, but it wasn't a thing. Kind of like how crypto is. But like my grandma was selling these things. It was like you could go on the internet on your TV and it's like they have like games and certain stuff. You could surf the web on your TV. Okay. And this is like 99, 2000, bro.
Is this a hereditary thing? Because now I'm going to ask you
crazy.
now.
I'm thinking about
next?
that.
It's like, just go ahead and
everything is here now. This is Oculus time now. This is Oculus and shoot. I don't know if you could go on YouTube and you could see the they have trailers for the what is it for the metaverse, for like the metahumans. There we go, metahumans. The same company, what was it, Unreal Engine, the same people who came out with Unreal Tournament, is like a shooting game. They are like in the top graphics for like metahumans. So like they're like pumping like customizable metahumans right now through
by metahumans.
them.
Elaborate on the listeners what you mean by metahuman.
Digital rendition of yourself.
Ah.
So you know how like when you
like
play
you're a cartoon.
CG, you know how you like how in the movies they make a CG version of yourself to do like the crazy stunts and all of that.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
that person. That's who I'm talking about. So like,
but not in obviously not.
Not in real life. When you put on the Oculus, you're gonna look like.
So you're gonna be in
like your
a virtual
avatar.
reality.
Yeah, your avatar.
As yourself.
Yes, your avatar is gonna be like to the T. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
Now I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's
like
to the
like
T.
it's real life.
Yeah,
But it's not real life.
yeah.
That was like that. It's this movie on Netflix that was like that, but it was weird because the dude was playing a girl, but it was like it was like real life. But then it was his friend that he was playing against.
Ready Player One.
I forget the name of it.
And they had the suits with it too. And it was like
I forget. I ain't even gonna.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think it's Ready Player One. I think.
Word. So I wanna touch on this though.
Mm-hmm.
So, being that the Hot Teen Incense podcast is all about relieving stress. You know, your art, your creative voice as a painter, being a stress reliever for you. Explain how that works with you.
Oh yeah, that's the reason why I paint.
Is it like you're getting out your?
Yeah, because like when I first started, the reason why I started painting is to like make myself feel better, get out of that dark place that I was in. So it's just like when you hit below zero, you gotta find a way to pull yourself out, which is like transferring your energy to the positive or what you see and want as happiness. You know what I mean? To you. So I know for me, I was like, what can I do where I can make money, have fun, and at the same time, and I still love what you do after even doing it for a long amount of time. Because you could still do have those two things, but then after a certain amount of time, it's a cap. So it's just like, but I felt like that, but then it's just like, all you got to do is just, step to the side and, fiddle with something else and then come back to it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fiddle with
have
something.
you got to the point where painting doesn't become fun for you?
I wouldn't say it's fun. It's just, it's not like, it's always going to be cool and fun for me to do because it's really no effort. It's like water, right? So it's just like, you can play the saxophone all day.
Right. But I will say this though. And I think I'm a borrow from Drake. Drake had a line. He was like, the moment I stopped having fun with it, I begun with it. Now, I'm not one of the artists that I don't believe in being a perfectionist. Because what happens is you really overstress yourself to the point where you will not put anything out, right? But when you go full time into it and you like, this is how you eat, it's going to be a point where you like, oh yeah, it ain't going to be the same level of free, fun, passion.
Yeah.
And so you got to kind of go past that point, like you say, and it's going to come back around, of course. But it be some days you be like, I'm not feeling it today, but I'm gonna play anyway.
Right.
Or I'm gonna paint anyway.
Right. So. I'm gonna flex the muscle a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just look at that as hurdles. We jumping over it. How big is this one today? I know I could jump them. I know I could jump over them or go through them. Or maybe if it's given, I might have to go around them. But I know I'm gonna get past it.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So, especially when it comes to like certain gigs. So like, the only time it doesn't become fun is when, like, somebody's trying to do, like, if you have a client and they're just not with what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? That's when it doesn't become fun. You know what I mean? When you just find that one client where it's just like, I
see what you're saying.
This is like, we're going through a lot. This is super hurdles right here. But,
that goes into another discussion I'll be thinking about is, so this is another category that happens when you so for everybody that might be jumping out with the passion, it's going to be a certain point where you're doing stuff or people going to ask you to do stuff that you're not really with, like maybe a genre or something, or you like, I don't really feeling that genre. It ain't nothing personal, or they're like, hey, can you stand upside down and paint on one hand for me? And you're like, I ain't doing that clown stuff, man. I'm a serious artist, right? But it be that dichotomy in, okay, say that the mortgages due or the rents due and the waters due, and you like, okay, you said stand on which hand?
You said one hand or two hands? Because one hand, you said, what? How long do I got to do it? You know, you start asking questions. Right. That's the hustle, though.
So I think that the best art, I would say, on that note, will come from when you get financially independent. As far as, you know, you don't necessarily need the event. Mm-hmm. That way you can just make pure art. Like Jay-Z, right. You know, his art is just like, that's exactly what I wanted to say.
Right. Off the top, this is it.
Yeah, so... Yeah, it's an interesting dichotomy when it comes to art and business put together. Yeah. Do you do any of the digital art too?
Yeah, I've done. I think I started doing digital. Thinking like 2018, 2019. I think I got the iPad and the first Apple Pencil. And yeah, that's when I started getting into graphics. That's how I came up with my logo, actually. And the triangle with the waves. And yeah, that's how I came up with that. And yeah, I've done a couple of graphics for people here and there, but graphics,
technical drawing.
Yeah, I do it a little bit, but it's like, that's not my forte. It's like, I'm not trying to get all the graphics gigs and logo, you know what I mean? Like, I do it if people ask me, if I feel comfortable with doing it, depending on the job.
Word. So what's next on the pipeline for you, man? What can we expect upcoming?
A lot of stuff.
Well, I know one thing. Romance in Heaven is coming.
Yes, Romance in Heaven is coming. That's gonna be fire. I can't wait to see this
live
performance.
So my guy's gonna be painting live at Romance in Heaven on February 19th. The show. So if you haven't got your tickets, come see my man's.
Get them now.
The live art. I wanted to ask you too. Since I'm just letting it marinate. Because you got Romance and you got Heaven. And I know it can mean multiple things to multiple people. Right. So what kind of vibes are you feeling at this moment that you can share that ain't gonna give it away?
Romance in Heaven. I'm thinking like, it's like it's like.
You got the flower vibes already.
Oh yeah, you already know the flower vibes is coming. So the flowy feminine vibes is always gonna be there. That's gonna be a base. You know what I mean? But for something like this, you know, I wanna have, you know, a nice form too.
Word. Let me ask you this: are you gonna paint two separate?
And that's the thing.
Because that would be fire, too. It's like totally different paintings.
And have them come together. Now, that is something to think about. I like that. That would be fire.
That way, you know.
That would be next level.
And then what would be crazy if you painted the exact same painting twice?
Oh, yeah. Now, that, I see what you're saying.
People would be like, did he just do that twice?
Is this the same thing? Is this the same thing?
No, He's the GOAT.
This is V2, baby. V1, V2.
Because sometimes people think like, oh, he got lucky.
Right, he got lucky on this time. It's like, no, we can do this again. Run it back.
That's when you shock people and then they really see the skill set. When they be like, he just did that twice in a row.
He did that.
I can do this multiple times in multiple locations, standing on one hand.
I'm ready.
Facts. That's where the preparation come in at, man. So, this tea got me super relaxed.
It's really good, man.
I can't even cap.
Know that you are a child of the universe. Run it back.
Facts. Your greatest strength is love. Before we tap out, what was I about to ask you? Oh yeah. So as far as your your expertise. Did you take any classes or anything like that, or were you one of them people that always just
Oh nah,
had a
I
knack?
always learn from people. So like, it takes time to get nice. You know, practice makes perfect. So when I
Facts.
was a kid, my dad taught me how to draw certain things. So like, I think I was in like the third or fourth grade when I was like really like they could see me kind of drawing a lot of things. And then when I think the first thing my dad showed me how to draw was it was like a Spider-Man head and like the muscles and like the form of Spider-Man, but like mainly the head where like they got the eyes. You see what I'm saying? The eyes, the big eyes, the bug eye, and like the shape of the head. So that was like my first take on that. And then once you start learning to like drawing cartoons and all that, then you just focusing on like the head and the muscles. That's it. As a kid, he's just head and muscles. Everything else is just like
that was
secondary.
a whole wave too.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You do the face and you do the muscles. As long as your muscles is like, you got them joints defined, you good. But then like, so that was like third, fourth grade. Fifth grade comes, I'm like drawing Dragon Ball Z really good.
Yeah.
Like, got my Super Saiyan Goku. Like I'll tell you a funny story. I'm in class drawing the Super Saiyan Goku. So when Goku first turned Super Saiyan to fight Frieza, he went Super Saiyan and he had like no shirt on. He had like the tethered clothes and all of that, like all on him, like the Super Saiyan pose. I was drawing that on like, you know the 5-star binders, right? Back then, those joints crazy.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like that's you lucky to get the 5-star, right? But the reason why 5 stars are so nice is because the dividers, that dividing paper was really good. It was like that tan. You see what I'm saying? It was really good paper, and it was kind of big too. So I drew it on that, and I had that in my desk in the 5th grade. You know how you got the desk? I'm drawing it in, so like, you know the desk under here. I'm drawing it. Trying to, but I'm like desk, into it, because we had a substitute.
Oh no,
man! I'm drawing this. I'm just like, yo, I showed my friends and I was like, yo, this joint is nice, right? He was like, yeah. It's like all I gotta do is finish it up. I asked, like, the only thing I needed help with was his hands. I had to ask my uncle to help me with his hands, so he kind of taught me how to do hands. So I'm putting man hours on this joint, yo. In class, next thing you know, teacher comes by, reaches down, crumples that joint up, and looks at me and is like, what you drawing in class for? Crumples that joint up, throws it away.
That's the substitutes we don't like. And I just started substituting, so I get the other side, because he probably was having a bad day that day.
My class was not a good class.
So what happened is after like 6 or 7 kids just keep over talking you, and ain't nobody paying attention to you.
See the one kid that's really not paying attention to you.
Then they lying to you. They're like, oh yeah, I gotta go. I just gotta get out of here. And you be like, so you don't want to stay here with us?
Right.
And so then he just happened to see you drawing and was like,
I got him.
Oh, you gonna draw in my face?
In my face.
And it's nice. Give me this.
I was ugh.
See, I hit him like this. I respect you, even if you don't want to tap in to what's going on. It's gonna be legendary.
Right.
Because you getting I'm not an ordinary sub. I don't want to tell him that because I want you to respect me just off the content that you're getting. But it's like, if you don't want to tap in, it's fine. But don't be a disruption to the class. Like, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't even mess with you because you drawing in the desk. You ain't disrupting the class.
Right.
Man got his artwork.
Right.
And plus, it's technical drawing, so I probably would have called you to the board.
Right. It's like, you know what? Come on, you could teach them a few things or two. You know what I mean?
Yeah, showing how to draw like a cube.
Right.
It was weird because, you know me, I'm always learning by teaching. But it's like, I started to realize, oh, it's like methods to this. It's steps to this. It ain't like you just like, oh, that looks perfect.
Oh, yeah.
No, it was like when, with this cube, it's a method where you draw square and then you draw another square in the middle of the square.
Yep, I do that for
and
practice.
Connect the dots. And
so I like to. It's crazy that you're saying that. So I got a sketchbook. I think I got it in my bag. So I play around with geometry. These are all new sketches, but like different shapes. I make them 3-dimensional and like make them stretch and bend. You know what I mean? So it's, yeah.
Check this camera. Yes. Yeah. If it look crazy, it's fine.
I'm gonna grab the sketchbook. I know I got it.
Okay. Word. So real quick, shout out your socials so they can follow you too.
Oh, word. You can find me at 0HPM on Instagram. It's just 4 characters. The number 0, letter H, letter P, letter M. Real simple. And then on Facebook, it's Parrish Majestic.
Parrish Majestic.
Yes, sir. Yep.
And how'd you come up with the name?
That's my name. It's my real name. It's my first name, my middle name. Yeah.
Get the heck out of here.
It's my first name, my middle name.
Ooh, you was meant to be an artist then.
I'm utilizing what I have. I'm utilizing the tools that, the universe has gave me, And
Facts.
yeah, my full name is Parrish Majestic Gwaltney though. Like the bacon. And the
Oh
bologna.
wow. Yeah. You had to
So,
drop the last.
I was like, what's my name? I was just like, but it's funny because I never talked about my middle name to my friends. Like people will only see my middle name like reading my name in like teachers. Like,
And Jamil's my middle name too.
That's wild.
Which is weird.
Yo, that's
Like
wild.
Michael Jamil.
Right.
First and middle.
We using it. We
Yeah.
using it. You
You
know
got
what I
to,
mean?
you got to.
Right. So it's like, we just utilizing what we have, and then Nas said it best. Was it stage name, real name? You know what I mean? Stage name, real name.
Facts. Word. So my man got the sketchbook. So show him a few sketches for we.
Oh yeah. So
dip up
I mean,
outta
they're
here.
kind of tiny, but I wanted to show you exactly what I was talking about as far as like the shapes go. And you could kind of like flip through it and kind of see some of the wildness that's in there. Yeah, that's
I'm
the
gonna let
one.
y'all see a few, and then we're gonna tune y'all out. We're gonna finish this tea
Yeah,
and keep it going.
Sketches, Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. My guy. Well, I appreciate you for sliding through, man.
Yes, sir, man.
My
Thank
guy,
you again.
Parrish
It's a pleasure,
Majestic.
man.
February 19th. We turning up, man. And again, thank you guys for tuning in to the Hot Tea and Incense podcast. Sip slow.
Sip slow, y'all. Peace.